Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
Fargo police have arrested one man after robbing a person at gunpoint earlier this evening. Police say around 5:30, officers responded to a robbery call. The victim drove to a gas station to call 911 after the robbery. Officers in the area located the suspect's vehicle and one suspect. The man fled on foot, and he was then tracked down at an apartment in South Fargo. The man then surrendered and has been arrested for robbery and refusing to halt. Officers also seized the firearm used in the robbery. The suspect was identified as Kenyi Patia.
We made it through kind of the scary part of having a baby, and our baby was healthy and our baby was happy and growing. And then all of a sudden we might lose her, and we barely had her. So that was really hard.
A former Williston daycare provider is set to go to trial next month, accused of severely injuring a 2-month-old child in her home last November. 22-year-old Corey Gardner is charged with felony child abuse after police say she caused the baby a fractured skull, hemorrhages in both eyes, a broken arm, spinal strains, and injuries to her brain. Baby Finley was life-flighted to Bismarck and then again to Sioux Falls, where she spent almost a month in the critical care unit. But despite doctors' grim predictions, baby Finley is now defying the odds. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley talked with the family and has more on a miraculous story you'll only see here on Valley News Live.
Ashley Campion's 2-month-old daughter had only been going to the home daycare of Corey Gardner for about 3 weeks when she picked her up November 6th.
She was really unresponsive. She wouldn't open her eyes. She was letting her arms and legs hang limp.
Ashley and her husband rushed to a Williston hospital where doctors immediately started life-saving measures. But as seizures overtook baby Finley, she was soon flown to a Bismarck hospital.
And that's when we started learning how severe Finley's injuries were and how scary they were.
Finding a fractured skull, Finley was flown again, this time to Sanford Children's Hospital in Sioux Falls.
We didn't know if they would be able to save her life.
It was eerie because you're sitting on an ICU unit where little babies are crying and calling out for their family members, and then you walked into Finley's room and it was silent.
It was there doctors also found a broken arm, hemorrhaging of both eyes, spinal strains, and injuries to Finley's brain, all determined to be non-accidental.
At the time, it was said that she may not see, may not hear, may not walk, may not talk. There was really a lot of unknowns about what she would do at that point.
It got very difficult to be positive because things looked grimmer and grimmer every day, and there weren't the signs of progress that were told there would be, and more intense and invasive procedures were having to happen to this helpless little girl.
After Sioux Falls police cleared the Campions of any wrongdoing, the finger was soon pointed at Finley's unlicensed daycare provider, a woman the family says they didn't have any problems with before.
What did I miss? How did this happen to us? There's a lot of guilt, a lot of blame that you're trying to deal with at that time, and so it was really difficult.
And after weeks of heavy doses of pain medication and fluid drained from her brain, Finley seemed to finally be making progress. The Campions later moved to Fargo to be close to Finley's care team and continue to work weekly with her PT, OT, and speech therapist.
She is hitting milestones that no one really thought she would hit, and it's unbelievable.
She's ahead of developmental trajectory, which just flashes to me miracle. This is a miracle.
A miracle to be celebrated, which is exactly what one local organization has planned for Finley and her family just days before her first birthday.
It takes me back that people want to take time out of their schedule and put so much intention and energy into helping a little girl and her family. And I think that's just so representative of the community we have in Fargo and the kindness and the goodness of the people around us.
We are at a 1-year birthday, and Finley's going to be running around in a tutu dress and being a little ball of fire.
Honoring that little ball of fire who refused to stop fighting. In Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Findlay's fundraiser goes from 6 p.m. to 9 on August 8th at the Avalon Event Center with live music, raffle prizes, and food and cocktails to enjoy. For information on where to buy tickets or where you can donate to the family, head on over to our website and click on this story. One man is dead after crashing his car into an electric pole just south of Devil's Lake last night. Troopers say 52-year-old Leroy Shocker Jr. was headed south on Highway 20 when he veered off of the road into the pole, causing his car to start on fire. Troopers say he died on scene. The House of Representatives passed legislation aimed to stop robocalls. The joint crackdown, Operation Call It Quits, is part of the Federal Trade Commission's ongoing effort to help stop pre-recorded telemarketing calls. It also includes new information to help educate consumers about illegal robocalls. The operation includes 94 actions targeting operations around the country that are responsible for more than 1 billion calls.
It's an interruption in my day. A lot of times I'm at work and we are pretty programmed to grab our phone if it rings. You look at it and it's a real irritation.
The FTC says to hang up if you get a pre-recorded sales pitch call, block unknown numbers, and report illegal calls to the FTC.
Having another home, get another home. Sell this one.
A Moorhead woman who says she has been having problems with a contractor who was supposed to work on her home is now selling that home. We first brought you this story last month, yet she says her experience has gotten worse since our story aired. Valley News Team's Joshua Pagaro has more.
Carlene Shimke is trying to get out of her Moorhead home.
I don't feel safe at home anymore. So I put my house up for sale.
She says the home doesn't feel like one anymore.
They not only robbed me of money, but they robbed me of my entire home because I don't feel good here anymore.
We previously reported back in June on the contractor Team Lawn and Landscape, a Grand Forks-based company, not completing work on her house. She showed us checks and receipts that totaled nearly $40,000 of work Team Lawn and Landscape and Vaughn Construction had agreed to do. Both companies are owned by Nicholas DeRozier. Our investigative story sparked the North Dakota Attorney General's office to get involved, and several other people since that story aired have reached out to us leveling the same accusations against Team Lawn and Landscape. Shimke got 2 letters from the AG's office concerning her complaint.
I'm not hiring an attorney. You know, I just can't.
Shimke also showed us text messages from the owner where he threatens to sue her, then backs down before making the threat one more time.
It's a lot. Way too much.
Shimke says she's not sure if she'll ever get her money back. In Moorhead, Joshua Pagaro, Valley News Live.
According to the North Dakota Secretary of State, the license for Team Lawn and Landscape is not in good standing. The owner didn't respond to our request for comment, but he previously told us his license wasn't in good standing because of issues renewing it online. Drivers should use caution going south on 45th Street South in Fargo near the intersection of 32nd Avenue South. The road has been narrowed down to 1 lane for a short stretch after the road buckled. We are awaiting a response from the Streets Department as to when repairs can be expected.
Valley News Live 10 at 10 continues with No Wait Weather.
And here's a look at our tower cam time lapse. The Valley News Live Storm Team Skycam Network shot in Fargo with cloudy skies and some showers moving through into the morning. And then we saw a break, turn dry for a little while, saw some sunshine, and then another round of showers made their way through, making our way into early evening. And before the sunset, we saw it again. Temperatures were a little cooler compared to to where we were to start off the weekend, and especially last week. We saw a high of 79 degrees in Fargo, a little cooler into Lakes Country, temperatures near 70, but out into the Northern Valley, Devil's Lake Basin into the lower 80s for high temperatures today. Current temperatures around the region mainly into the mid 60s from Detroit Lakes, Fergus Falls, Fargo, Wahpeton, and out toward Valley City. Upper 60s out toward Devil's Lake, and we're having some upper 60s on the map into the Northern Valley, Devil's Lake Basin, a little cooler, some portions of northwestern Minnesota into the lower 60s right now. Wind flipping around from a southerly direction to more of a northwesterly direction and starting to pick up from the Red River into our Minnesota counties. Winds are light, around 5 to 10 miles per hour, but making our way into the Devil's Lake Basin in the Jamestown area, winds starting to pick up. We're having wind speeds around 10 to 20 miles per hour from the northwest. Will become breezy during the overnight in most places. Any shower and thunderstorm activity well off to our south and to our east, and we are still having some cloud cover, especially across our Minnesota counties, but clearing out into our western counties. We have high pressure working its way in. The frontal boundary that gave us the showers and thunderstorms today moving off to our south, and we're seeing the high pressure give us the clear skies and the northerly wind. So here's the hour-by-hour forecast. Any clouds will dissipate as we go through the next few hours. We could have a few clouds into the morning, into early afternoon, so we're going to start off partly cloudy. Low temperatures into the upper 50s and lower 60s around the region. A little breezy with those northwesterly winds around 10 to 25 miles per hour. And even with the sunshine we're going to get by tomorrow afternoon, temperatures will be on their way down. High temperatures ranging from the upper 60s to mid 70s depending on where you are. Fargo, a high of 75 degrees with those breezy northerly winds. Partly cloudy skies to start, mostly sunny skies later on into the day. Outside of the Red River Valley, high temperatures cool for this time of year, mid to upper 60s across our Minnesota counties, closer to 70 degrees as you make your way into the Devil's Lake Basin as we stay mainly dry, and more dry conditions for the day on Tuesday, starting off cool with low temperatures with the calm winds and the clear skies into the 45 to 50 degree range to start off your Tuesday, but more sunshine as we go through the day, and that wind tries to flip around in more of a southerly direction, so we will be warming up. Lower 70s outside the valley, some upper 70s into the southern valley for the day on Tuesday. Here's the photo of the day. It's called Willow Meets the Wheat Field. Thank you to Corey for this one. We'll use in the background of the 7-day forecast, recapping the next couple of days. Partly cloudy to mostly sunny for Monday, a high of 75 degrees. And then 79 on Tuesday with plenty of sunshine. Mostly sunny Wednesday up to 84 and 87 Thursday as we really warm up. Partly cloudy skies. A chance of some showers and thunderstorms Friday into Saturday, but staying warm by next weekend, mid to upper 80s again. As Sunday we will see partly cloudy skies.
An awesome picture to back our 7-day planner and an awesome looking week.
Yeah, it looks really good. Finally into a dry and not as warm weather pattern to start the week.
Sounds good to me. Thanks, Justin. Still ahead tonight, taking a picture for a good cause. A local Fargo studio offered photos with the funds going to a very special little boy.